So skills is really important. Even if you don't have the highest skill score today, okay, and you didn't win skills, you're still sitting on our chart, and we keep track of all of the skill scores during this season. And when it comes time to filling in spaces at the provincial championship and getting those last few teams in, your skills score could make all the difference as to whether or not you go to the provincial championship, even if it's not that high of a score sometimes. But there was no shortage of high scores today. In robot skills, where the drivers had 1 minute of the field all to themselves to score as many points as they possibly could, we had a number of teams that scored very good scores. And this chart didn't sort perfectly for me. Okay, so I have to do a quick mental sort right down here. Now, to put this into context, the world high score right now is 227 points. We had Vex Robotics scored 60 points, which would put them at number 58 on the world standings. Sequim Seahawks 9181B scored 89 points, which was pretty amazing. Navigators 7842D scored 95 points. Okay, which is an amazing score. That'll put you on the top chart for the world. And let's see, then Robo Savages 2Z scored 173 points, which would be good for 5th place in the world. Robo Savages R scored 210 points, which would be good for number 3 in the world. And 9594C, Mechanical Synergy, scored 232 points, which is good for 1st in the world. In the programming skills, which is sorted, so I don't have to think quite so fast here. In the programming skills rankings, I noticed fewer teams took advantage of this, and the scores weren't quite as intimidating. You can get into the provincial championships just as easily with a programming score as you can with a robot skills score. In 3rd place, we have Team 1039A with a score of 37 points, which is good for ranking of number 38 in the world. Yeah, I think that deserves an applause. There's another team who's sitting out there saying, well, 37, we did okay, because 2R scored 165 points, which is good for 3rd in the world. The current world high score is 192 points, so 2R came pretty close to that. 9594C scored 244 points. 50 points more than the currently ranked world champion. So these scores change over the course of the year. We'll see lots of people up there, but BC is in our usual place at the top of the standings. Well done, team. Thank you, Tracy.
The first tournament in our season, and we're beating world records. That's really, really cool, you guys. Everybody, give yourselves a round. Now we'll do something that does have a trophy associated with it. That would be the tournament champions. So the number 1 alliance, the Red Alliance, 7842D, 2R, and 6264C put up a total of 200 points in the last game of the final. Red Alliance 2, 9594C, 2Z, 9181D. If you come down and get your trophy with a score of 224. Okay, photographs. Okay, so I'd like to recognize our judges, Don and Parker. They spent the day going through and trying to understand the technology of the robots. As you saw, there's a wide variety of different designs, different concepts, and they had to somehow try and balance those into a set of awards. So I'm going to call on Parker to come up and tell you about what they saw and what they think is worth recognition.
Thank you, Lance. This was a difficult judging event because it's the first time for most of these models to have been built, some of them very hastily, and there were some fantastic techniques used on some, and then there's other techniques used even on the same machine that need a lot of work yet. So I'm sure that things will only get better as this particular design progresses. I'd like to announce the Judges' Choice Prize first. It goes to Team 2R.
No, you cannot.
The next award goes to one that we actually saw some pretty good performance from on the fields today, so it's coming a long way. The Amaze Award goes to 9594C. Our third award is the Design Award, and I wonder if the representative Agatha is here right now. If Agatha could come to the stage, please. I would like to thank you for participating in this prize. The Design Award had a lot of features going for it. It had design process well documented. We saw some excellent performance on the field today from it. Congratulations for the Design Award. Goes to the Team 2Z.
So iDesign sponsors this award with a $100 parts credit. So if you've got design ideas you haven't been able to bring to fruition, you're at least funded to get it there. We'd like to thank iDesign for their sponsorship of our events. They've been our longest sponsor, and they sponsor us to a greater depth than any other organization. So let's applaud and keep it involved. All right, so there's one other award that we have left. That's the Excellence Award. Excellence. That's right. Excellence is a function of, the award is based on not just what your design is, what your engineering journey was, but also your on-field performance. So it's performance-based, but also design and orientation-based. Today's award, and like the tournament champions, this award and the tournament champions qualify for the provincials at the end of the year. This award today goes to 4549C. we had a series of things we needed to deal with today, and I'd like to thank the audience and the group here for helping us overcome a late start and the learning curve of different people as we deal with different things. I'd like to thank Brian, who kept the electronics working. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we ran more or less without flaw, and that's not actually true. There was stuff that was breaking under the covers that Brian was fixing while we weren't paying attention. So a round of applause for those guys, as well as the and lastly, for our hosts, the Alpha volunteer team is exceptional. They fed us, they organized, they were here last night putting this stuff together. They're going to be helping tear it down when we finish. I think this has been a tremendously successful venue, and we really appreciate the folks at Alpha being so hospitable and warm and helping us, with our event. We have a round of applause for them, please. We've got our next competition is November 2nd at out in Surrey at Fraser Heights. We look forward to seeing your participation. Thank you for such a great start to the season, and we'll look forward to next time.